Hi, this is Dan Bullard, retired electronics engineer sitting on the front deck of my houseboat. Oh my God, it's a wonderful day. I want to make a short video. I got this comment. He's one of the typical people who believe in spectrum analyzers and distortion analyzers and RMS voltmeters, all kind of crazy stuff. And he reviewed my previous video. Just because you can say the letters FFT doesn't mean you know anything about electronics. Here's an interesting thing he said. The number of bins is finite and energy from overlapping bins leak into each other. That's only if you're using non-coherent sampling. Okay, this guy's never seen a coherent sampling device before. An Applicos or a Next Test or Audio Precision or, you know the list. Teradyne A5, I love the A5. Well, I don't love it. It does what it needs to do, but the manuals are terrible. I made the manuals on the Vista very good because I wrote them, of course. So, the energy from overlapping bins leak into each other. Okay, now, here's one that I did where I generated a waveform with an M of 9, and it had a second harmonic and third harmonic. Here's the spectrum. Here's kind of a close-up of the spectrum. So look down here where the bin 18, that's the second harmonic, you can see bin 18 right next to bin 18. That's minus 20 dB, right? What's right next to bin 18? Is anything bleeding into the bin from the other bins? No, it's at minus 300 dB. That's minus 300 dB. Now what is minus 300 dB? I'm trying to train you people, and if you don't watch my videos, I can't help you. But minus 300 dB, do the math. 10 to the power of minus 300 divided by 20. It's 1 quadrillionth. 1 quadrillionth of a volt. 1 quadrillionth. So there's the 18th bin, the second harmonic of the fundamental, and the bin right next to it is 1 quadrillionth of a volt. So the other bin, bin 18, is up at 100 millivolts. 100 millivolts. And the bin right next to it, bin 17, is at 1 quadrillionth of a volt. So there's no energy from overlapping bins leaking into each other. That's what happens when you use a spectrum analyzer. These people who do these things, I mean, he even said, let me point out another one. Perhaps I just don't get the context of the discussion. There's plenty of professional, lab-grade, calibrated equipment that already does this. Bull fucking shit. Bull fucking shit. Lab-grade, give me a break. You know, when I was in the Navy, I had a boss who worked in a lab. He was a calibration technician. He did calibrate everything. I never did that stuff. He worked in a lab. I never work in a lab. I worked on test floors at Intel, Schlumberger, Siliconware, you name it. I mean, everywhere in the world, analog devices, everywhere in the world. And testers are multi-million-dollar boxes that do coherent sampling to capture real data and do the FFT, double precision math, these calibrated lab precision instruments. Give me a break. Give me a break. You know, I like to tell the story. I think I told it in my book. When I was working on this demo for Credence that I was going to be doing in Europe, I told my wife to go away, take the kids, go down to my folks' house, and because I was going to be working on the tester, and the only time I could get tester time was at 2 a.m. And so they went off to California, and I slept during the day and went to work at 2 a.m. And so I'm on the manufacturing floor at Credence at 2 a.m. working on this test program for this device. And the test floor is no place to fuck around. It's very high precision stuff. And I was there at, like I said, 2 a.m. And the manager of the plant manager, came out, nice guy, super nice guy. And he came out at 2 o'clock in the morning, and he came out and saw me on the test floor, and he came up and says, Dan, can I get you something? Can I get you a cup of coffee or something? I'm like, no, this is the manufacturing floor. We don't have coffee on the manufacturing floor. You know, if I want a cup of coffee, I'll go out and work and get it, but I'm working right now, so leave me alone. He was a super nice guy, super nice guy. But that's the manufacturing floor, and the test floors at Intel. At Intel, I had to wear a bunny suit. I didn't have to wear the full mask and everything, but I did wear a face mask to cover my beard hair and stuff, but I had to wear a bunny suit and my Birkenstock anti-static shoes. But all over the world, I've had to wear really, you know, gowns to keep the dust down and keep everything clean. And you have to go into an air shower and get blasted with air. That's the kind of place that we work. Not some, you know, lab grade bullshit. Lab grade, that's garbage, you know? Idiots, okay? Don't use a spectrum analyzer for anything. I mean, it might be okay for a paperweight or, you know, hold up some piece of garbage, you know, garbage can or something. But don't use a spectrum analyzer for anything. Use an Applicos, an Audio Precision, a Nextest Lightning, a Teradyne A5, a Credence STS 3000, a Credence Vista, a Credence Duo, Credence Quartet, LTX Fusion. I got a picture of an LTX Fusion. I used to work on these at Maxim. In fact, when I quit Maxim, it was a really fun. My last day, I already gave my notice, and so they offered me everything, you know, please stay. And I'm like, no, I can't. So on the last day that I was working, I went on the test floor and I was working on a program for a device that I was working on with another guy. He was going to take it over, but I was working on LTX Fusion and doing FFTs and, you know, having a good time. And people are like, Dan, this is your last day. Why are you out here on the test floor working on this device? I'm like, I want to earn my last dime, you know? I mean, these guys are paying me to work, not to fuck off. So I worked on the test floor till the very last minute. I went and had a conference call with some people who were going to pick up another one of my projects. And then I went and had a meeting with the HR lady, and I was out the door. So I basically worked on the test floor till the last minute. And I love you working on tester. I don't love working on the test floor per se, but I love working on testers. I love it. I program in C, C++, Pascal, whatever they throw at me, whatever programming language there is. I don't use lab grade stuff. Lab grade is like, give me a break. When I was at Maxim, there was a guy who worked there from Credence. He had quit Credence and gone, or maybe got laid off, went to work for Maxim. Rich Edwards. Now, Rich Edwards, he was about 500 pounds. I swear to God, 500-pound dude. Just a slovenly bastard, filthy. I went in there one time with a bunch of M&Ms that my wife got with our new grandson's name on it. And I said, hey, Rich, you want some M&Ms? He's like, yeah. Fucking pig. He was a calibration technician. So he worked on these lab grade calibrated equipment. So give me a break. Okay? That's the kind of person that works on lab grade precision calibrated equipment. Give me a break. That stuff is garbage. You want to get a real machine, get like a Teradyne A5. Get something real that can do coherent sampling. And if you simulate in Excel like I've shown you, that's coherent. You're coherently sampling. So this lab grade calibrated bullshit, give me a break. Anyway, I just want to mention that. Go on about your day. So once again, from the river, this is Dan Bullard. See ya.